Hey Peter, welcome back. Give everybody a few minutes to join. All right, how's everybody doing this evening? Where's everybody coming from? As you guys know, I'm in Colorado. Yes, Peter, I saw the P1S was released as well. I actually recorded a video on it today. That'll be next week's video on it. I'll give my initial thoughts and feelings on it. But I did see that as well. I actually thought it would be something different than that. It is kind of cool, but everybody's been talking about they had some patents or whatever, so I wonder if that's all that they're going to release. Hey, Devoki. How's it going from Cleveland? It's been a while since I've been in Cleveland, but I've been there a couple times. I don't think we've seen you on the stream before. Welcome. Hey, Skyrider, welcome back. Good to see you again. And if you're new and have any questions, go ahead and feel free to ask. Somebody will be able to answer them, if not myself. We'll go ahead and get started here. Did I get a demo unit from Bambu Lab? Yeah, apparently 1,900 subscribers is not big enough for a demo unit. And I don't make enough from YouTube revenue to buy a $700 printer. But I did not get one from Bambu. I would love to. Bambu, if you're out there, if you're watching this as well, I would love to get one and do a review on it, but not for $700. Sorry. But I do have a video coming out next week with my initial thoughts on the P1S, so be sure to stay tuned and watch that. Yeah, there's a few other patents from Bambu. Yeah, I'm wondering what else is going to come out from there. So this is what we'll be printing tonight. Just something simple with I got the iOS 17 beta on there, so it does the little alarm clock garbage. So I need a little stand that does that, so we'll be printing that tonight. But also, yeah, this is what everybody's talking about is the new P1S. Without spoiling my video too much, give kind of some initial thoughts here. This is plastic versus aluminum, so there's going to be some cost savings there. This has glass, so there is a little bit of an uptick from just a normal P1P. Otherwise, it looks like a P1P with the cooling system and an upgraded like chain or something like that. I really like the iOS 17 garbage. I do too. I got an iPad, watch, iPhone, everything else. But I have real computers though. I don't use their computers. I haven't checked their filament in a little while here. I didn't see anything new. I still haven't seen the little light thing come on board for that. So that kind of sucks. The next layer did, but he has a lot of subscribers and it did an interview with the CEO. Yeah. I'm not that big, but feel free, Peter, to email Bambu Labs and let them know that I need a demo unit so you guys can get the real review on it. But it does look interesting, and I would say if you're thinking about a second printer or you're thinking about buying one of the Bambu printers, like I said, next Sunday I'll have a video that'll help you make a decision on that. So let's go ahead and go into here. I'm going to print this with one of my tuned filaments so I don't have to do any flow calibration or anything like that. There's one little spot right there that has an overhang. I'm not super happy with that one too. Has a big overhang, so this is cool. One of the things that I like the most is lay on face. Let's do that on both sides there. Yeah, either way I'm gonna have an overhang, but that one's not as bad, so we'll go that way with that one. Same there. We'll see if it can print that way. I'm sure it'll handle business. What are my thoughts on the Bambu Lab anti-vibration feet? Yeah, don't waste your money on that thing. I bought those, and I was gonna do a review, but it would be in a short review because they suck. So it lifts your, so you take the old feet off, and there's like a little cavity there that you put the new ones in there, in the same little spot, which is a little bit of a trick to do, and then to set the thing back over straight. But then it's like sitting up off the table a pretty good amount. And when that thing starts printing, even without like ludicrous mode or anything like that, it is whoop, 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 whoop. That thing is wobbling back and forth like it's about to fall over. And it doesn't quiet anything down. I don't see the benefit in it at all. It honestly makes the printer shake even more, if you ask me. So, in my opinion, do not waste your money on those anti-vibration feet. I was not a fan of them. All right, so let's go ahead and slice this bad boy here. Just over an hour, that's not bad. No flow calibration, no time lapse. What has everybody been printing this week? I printed, tomorrow's video is on printing with PCs, so that's what I've been printing all week. We'll turn the camera on. Ooh, I need to go. I'll be right back. Yeah, it does wobble all kinds of crazy, doesn't it? I had to take my last print out of there. I'm still printing honeycomb wall plates for my wall. Skyrider's printing more of his helmets. All right, let's go back in here and try that one again. Let's see, I think I only received a few of the prints. A few of the viewer prints. Let me pull those up real quick. While that starts to print. And Chris, if you're out there, these are your prints that you sent in last week that I didn't get to. And I'll go ahead and show these. If you're out there, let us know what filament you used on there. That turned out really good. Yeah, that's a really cool print. That turned out really, really good. Has anybody out there ordered the P1S or is looking to order the P1S? Peter, did you get your demo unit? Just kidding. Or did you get one? Oh yeah, look at those cool little shells too. These are on printable too, these cool little honeycomb shells. That's a cool print. Then printed a few lighter cigarette cases, alligator bag clip, pots for succulents. That's what I printed in last week's video, was little Super Mario pots for little succulents. Mostly working on bridging settings. Hey HVAC, welcome back. See, my printer has not blown up. That's always good. And let's see, I'll leave in chat here if anybody has pictures of their prints that you printed this week, or have any that you want to show everybody, send them in. You did get the free LED panel for the Lithophanes. That's cool. Send us a pic of the Lithophane whenever you do it, Peter. That's pretty cool. And then here's the last picture from Chris that he sent in last week. Those shelves are pretty cool. I'm going to have to do another organization video and print out those shelves as well. They look pretty cool. What are you going to print with the Lithophane, Peter? Do you have a project in mind yet? The chess set was still pretty darn cool. I wish Chris was here. I'm wondering if this was all one print as well. It did pretty good. It didn't bleed too much in the white or anything. Same here with this red and white. It's hard to not get that to bleed. I'm waiting on a few filament colors to arrive in order to print some Hue Forge prints. Cool. Hey Joe, welcome to the stream. I don't think we've seen you here before, but welcome. Oh, they are in the store for $9.99. You haven't got around to it yet. It has a USB interface and super bright. So see, that's something that I was wondering. So that super expensive photography light that I has, I can change the color of the light and the brightness of it. And I noticed by going from like a super white light to a more yellow light that print that I did for the lithophane, it made the 3D like pop out a whole lot more. So I was wondering if the one that they had um, did that or not. You said it's in the store. Let's go to the store here. Is it in the filament? Is it in here or is it in the accessories? I don't see it there. All right, let's see here. All right, Peter, probably a picture of my sister-in-law rowing the Annapolis. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, see, I still don't see that in there. Yeah, do not get these anti-vibration feet. They're stupid. Yeah, see, I still don't see that backlight in here anywhere. Where is it, Peter? Where can you buy it? Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. Ah, there it is. It's under the filament on the last page right there. Yeah, like you said, a little USB C. So is there any way to, so you can't change the brightness or anything? It's just a one shot thing. That kind of sucks. Then I'm not gonna get it. Well, maybe I'll get it, but I'm gonna work on making another one where you can adjust those things. Let's see, Chris. Do you use Bambu's cloud? I saw their servers are down due to expired certs, or people are not able to print unless they go to LAN only with limited features. Happened almost an hour ago. I actually have been printing the honeycomb plates all day and I haven't seen any issues. And I just sent a few jobs to the cloud or through the cloud right now. And it's going through here printing what we're doing tonight, Chris. So it's working for me, but I'm using Orca Slicer. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. And it is bouncing this video image off the cloud. Those feet don't work. Yeah, I mean they work. They lift it up off the table, but like it doesn't make it any quieter and that thing is like rocking back and forth all crazy. I think it would if you're having like if you're using this same plate, this PEI texture plate or whatever, and you have small parts that are already trying to move around, that thing's going to shake it so much that those things will definitely move around. I just started the Maker's Muse clearance castle. That's cool. And you're using the Bamboo Studio or Bamboo Slicer. Yeah, I downloaded the new version of that, but I only looked at it earlier today, and I only looked at it for a couple of minutes. And I didn't see any of the calibration or anything like people were saying, so I'm still going with the Orca Slicer. Ew, that thing's got a big old ball on the end of it. We'll see if it messes up. But yeah, for those of you that are looking for where the little lithophane light is, that is on the filament last page. So if you go in here to the filament, go there. Wow, look at all the news. See, they keep on coming out with some new colors at ABS. I'm going to have to do an ABS video and order some of these cool colors. Yeah, I have no idea. There was no instructions with it. Maybe something in the wiki. Yeah, I'm wondering if there is a power supply with a potentiometer or whatever on it that you can get with USB-C. Maybe, Peter? Maybe that's something I'll look into, with the little brightness thing. Because I'm sure if you regulated, the voltage going to it, it would change at least the brightness. And then I don't know does it say what kind of LEDs are on here? 5 watts. Yeah, it's generally the type of LED that lets you do like color change, RGB color change, which these are definitely not that, but even like the, color temperature of the white or whatever. And that would be ideal for these because, like I said, that super expensive camera light that I have, I can change the color temperature, and that really made the lithophane print that I did, it really made like the 3D piece of it like really, really pop out instead of it being bright white. So it doesn't say what temperature the color is either. Is it super bright white, Peter, or is it got like is it yellow? I was thinking of making a TPU insert for the feet to stiffen them up. That may help. So what is it that you're trying to fix with the feet? That's the other piece that I thought, like, you know the brief second that it does the little anti-vibration thing and it's all bzz, 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 like I thought it would calm that down a little bit, and maybe when it was printing super fast it would calm some of the noise down, but it really didn't. So maybe if stiffening them up would take away that stuff, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'd keep them in the box. Yeah, I installed mine, Joe, and then about 2 days later, I put them back on. I put them back in the box. Yeah, see, I the title says CMYK LED, which would mean they are settable, maybe, or it's just for that bundle. And it just says a USB-C interface, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Skyrider, it was some boo boo. Yeah, Skyrider. I went to this like 3D like event type of thing, like a trade show or whatever, and there was somebody that was printing out and selling their lithophanes, but it wasn't like this bundle or anything like that. But yeah, $10 for that board seems kind of high. Uh, Especially since you don't have any kind of controller or anything. I'm wondering, I'm wondering if you can do a ESP32 or something like that and control it that way. That may be something to try, Peter, is get a little ESP32 from Amazon. They're super cheap. And then just connect that USB-C to I think it's 5 watts, right? Yeah, I think there's a 5 watt, clean 5 watts that you can pull out of there. Yeah, it looked bright white to you. Yeah, if they're controllable, that ESP32 and whatever that software that you can get that does the light stuff, that would do that. Yeah, someone print a thin sheet out of lithophane material to tone down the brightness. The sheet slid behind the lithophane print. Yeah, this right here, this light guide plate, I think that's what that's for. But see, having addressable LEDs behind there, and then this is a diffuser, right? So you're going to always need some sort of diffuser with these LED lights, or you're going to have super hot, bright spots everywhere, right? Everywhere where there's a light, you need some way to diffuse it. So I think you could change the thickness of this diffuser to change the brightness of it. But one of the things that I want to point out is the thing that made my castle like really jump off, and the camera kind of sort of picked it up, but it like really looked like it was 3D, was changing the color temperature more to a warm color than a cold color. And if it's bright white, that's a really cold color. So it would be good to have addressable lights that you could do that. And then I'm sure if you had RGB lights behind there, I'm sure you could do some interesting things with your prints by doing that. You get a diffuser from an old LED TV or monitor, or you can get acrylic, frosted acrylic plastic, and just cut it out. If you have one of those laser engravers like mine, it'll cut out acrylic too. You can just cut out a sheet of frosted acrylic, and that'll do it too. So yeah, that's a good idea, Stephen. But yeah, I think I might buy one of these just to try it out. But gotta have a way to address the LEDs. And the other thing is, I would watch what kind of plug you plug it into. Make sure you don't burn it out. It's only 5 watts. Someone was saying Peter, have you tried to print out this frame yet? Somebody was saying they were having issues printing out this frame, but I haven't tried to print out the frame yet. And then Steven, my AMS is down at the moment. It appears the power modules are faulty and replacements are on the way. That sucks. Yeah, see, the paver stone, I think, is the thing that would help the most. So you said when I put the feet on, the mechanical sweep quieted down. I almost can't hear it anymore. I also put it on a paver stone at the same time, so I don't know what is helping more. So see, I think the paver stone, because I think the vibration, what makes the sound is it's like moving the table that it's on or moving whatever it's on, right? If it's not that heavy or something like that. So I thought about getting the paver stone as well, because that will, that's a big old heavy thing. It will help really quiet it down, especially the vibrations. All right, let's see if we have live stream failure with the print like we did last week. Nope. You see that little thing fell off right there, though. We'll see if it messes up or not. Those usually just go in there and you can barely notice them. If it gets a little thing on the end of it or whatever, I don't generally worry about that too much. But this week I've been printing with PC, and man, I gotta say, if you haven't printed with PC yet, and you have an X1C, get some of it and print with it. It's pretty cool to print with. And the translucent is very cool. I'm gonna have to order some. I think they have PETG in translucent. What other ones do they have in translucent? I'm gonna have to get some translucent filaments, because PETG, they have translucent. The PC translucent turned out really cool. It was a really cool color. I think it's just the PETG, or maybe ABS too. Or do they just have different colors of white? Oh, they just have white. Yeah, I'm going to have to try the PETG translucent as well. See, I'd probably make the frame from wood. Yeah, I thought about doing the same thing. 99 LEDs on the panel. Yeah, that's a lot for that little 11 by 9. I had a broken piece of filament in the PTF tube this morning. That happens. That happens every once in a while. You'll get good at taking those two screws out, flipping that thing up, unplugging the two wires, and then getting that stuff out. That does happen to me quite often as well, Joe. And Skyrider, looks like you emailed me. Let me download that stuff real quick. All right, let's take a look at what Skyrider sent us here. Are these the helmets that you have been printing out? Those are pretty cool. Oh man, I've become an expert at those screws too. Yeah, for real. No, you didn't break the stream. I just didn't want to open up my email on stream. All right, let's see what else. It's a cool little dirt bike. Yeah, see, those look cool. And then you airbrush them, I'm assuming. How do you get the mirror finish like that? Is that with some kind of paint? I didn't mean to send that. That's funny. All clad chrome. Yeah, I'm no good at painting. Airbrush, yeah. Yeah, I'm not very good at airbrush. That's why I got two AMSs, because I'm not good at airbrushing. Just kidding. Yeah, see, those look super cool. They need to come out with some chrome filament. The silk is pretty shiny or whatever. Some of the PETGs that I've seen have been pretty shiny. But somebody needs to invent like a chrome filament. That would be really cool. Like actual chrome and shiny. So do you design the STL files and all of that? Do you have have you put them on printables or anything for the rest of us to print, Skyrider? That'd be kind of cool to have everybody print those and send some pictures in of the helmets they made. We got a few months for Halloween here in the US or whatever, so everybody can be a Mandalorian. I'm down with that. Shaper 3D. And Steven said, got an email on what he's been spending time on. Not actually 3D, but printer will go there some stage. All right, let me pause everything up here and I'll check my email. Thanks for sending these in, people. Appreciate that. And that's a really, really cool makerspace there. Did you build this table? Is that like a butcher block table? See, are these RC cars as well, and tanks and trucks and stuff? So this this truck here, I used to drive a wrecker version of this in the army when I was in Germany. Of that same truck there. That thing was so cool and fun to drive. Won't sell the STLs. Too many thieves. They already got it, Skyrider. Just kidding. You sent it through the cloud. I'm just messing with you. You know what you're missing in here, Steven, is you could put those honeycomb organizers all along your wall here. That would look pretty cool in there. That's a pretty cool makerspace. What other kind of maker stuff do you have in there? I want to turn it into a crane. That would be cool. So we had a big boom on the back of it, right, where we could pick stuff up and everything, and it had these big controllers that had like a little strap that you'd put around your neck, and you could walk around and control the boom and everything. It was pretty fun. That thing was pretty fun to drive, and it was pretty cool. I think it's a Hemet Wrecker is what it was called. Super fun to drive. I've been interested in, different RC cars like this and like a tank or whatever, and using, a controller with, 16 channels or whatever, cranes, and doing different things like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I have too many dang hobbies as it is. Behind this is a woodworking shop and then an electronics area as well. Yeah, I have a full woodworking shop as well, with the table saw and all that. And Peter's the resident woodworker here as well. He built that awesome chess set out of the wood that he got off of his land and everything, and dried it and everything is pretty cool. 12 meter by 6 meter shop. That's pretty good size shop. It's a pretty good size shop. I like that table too. That's a nice table. Nice and big. Lots of area on there. All right, let's check back in on the print. Well, it's working just fine. We'll see how it does on those overhangs. I didn't put any support. Let's see, did I miss any messages? Dang, those cables are super short. Or if you're talking about the tubes that where you have to change the or pull out the little pieces of filament, those things are super short. And if you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. That always helps me out. And yeah, for those of you that like that iOS 17 garbage, be sure to print this thing out as well. I don't think I put the link to the printables on there. Let me grab that for everybody real quick. See if I can put it in the description. Yeah. So I put a link to the file that I'm printing in the description for everybody. Brett, hey, from Australia. Hey, Brett, welcome to the stream. Would someone be able to tell me, is the bamboo filament worth buying? I have my X1 carbon coming later this week. I would say it's pretty good quality filament, Brett. It has the RFID, so it puts what kind of filament into the printer already and what color it is and everything, so it makes that part of it kind of easy. I mean, you can still set the color and everything. It's not like you can't do that without it, but it does make that piece of it easy. They have some pretty cool colors and stuff like that. So, the majority of what I buy, Brett, is the bamboo filament. It's a couple of bucks more than what else you can get. They have the refills or whatever that you can buy, so that's kind of nice as well. And the refills contain the RFID things on there as well. And the other one that I use a lot is eSun. I use that a lot as well. Oh, got two people from. I forgot that you were from Australia as well, Steven. So there's a couple people from Australia there. Did you send another email? Let me pause it up real quick. And then, has anyone else had this happen? And are you talking about where it gets like super tight and it pulls the filament like, or the spool like up and out? I have had that happen. And generally, why that has happened to me, Peter, is I didn't get the little notch that you're supposed to put in there correctly. And what happens is when this sends the filament out or whatever, through the tube into the X1C and then it pulls it back, it kind of messes up. And it's like on a winch, if you've ever messed with a winch, and if you don't, hold the right type of tension on the winch or whatever when you're pulling it back in, it'll suck itself in between the cables. So it's like sucking the in between the filament that's not out of there yet. So it's getting caught and it's actually pulling the spool holder up like that. That has happened a couple of times to me. Yeah, so sometimes it gets pinched in there. And this looks like a roll from Bambu here, so it doesn't even look like you did that. And that's probably them that got this misaligned or wound up or whatever. And I just bought this color of green too, as a matter of fact. That's pretty cool. But I've had that happen a couple of times. I haven't happened in a long time, but that has happened to me a few times. And I guess having the cover shut may help with that, right? Because it'll hit the cover and then try to pull it the rest of the way out. But yeah, it's just like a winch. If anybody's ever used a winch, yeah, it's a great analogy. It's the same type of principle there. And if that happens a lot, Stephen, you might also want to look at the length of the PTF tube that you have from the AMS to the X1C. If that's really, really long, then maybe whenever it's loading and it's pulling that big piece in and coming back out, it's pinching itself when it comes back through there. So maybe shorten that, or look at if the PTFE tube is causing the filament to twist or anything. Make sure it's kind of straight and smooth and not doing anything like that if that's happening a lot. But I had that happen to a couple of rolls, but I haven't had it happen in quite a while. On the Bambu refills, don't forget to press the filament to prevent the filament from getting caught. Yeah, there's actually kind of a little trick to that. I may make a short video on doing the refills. It's actually a good idea. I may do a short non-weekly video on that. So tips and tricks for those of you that are listening. I leave the little plastic wraps that are on there, so it's wrapped around there, I think 4 or 5 times. I leave that on there, and all I do is I find the little notch in the actual filament spool, right? And then find the one of these that has the little notch, line up the notches. It's usually next to one of these RFID things. Line up the notch on the one, and then put it on there and make sure that notch is on there really, really good. And do not remove those plastic wraps that are around it. Leave those on. Put the other spool on there. Still leave those plastic wraps that are on there. Get the other side of it on there. Get it locked into place. And then if you just pull up on those plastic straps, they come right out. They just come right out, and it makes it perfect. And the times that I've had it do this right here, the times that I've had it do this are the times that I didn't quite do that correctly. And this is from Bambu. And I've had the ones from Bambu do this as well. But I've had some of the ones where wasn't paying attention too much. And I've had it do the same thing. It's part of my support call. I keep having all the LED go flashing red. The other thing to check, Stephen, Is that happening in one of these specific slots in your AMS and not the other? When I had all of them flashing red, one of these little, this little piece right here, this whole little assembly right here, take that out. And there's a couple of videos on how to clean there. There's a little piece of filament that's probably stuck in this little thing down in here next to where there's a little spring that's in there. Clean that out, and that may be causing some issues. When mine, I had some flashing red, and I actually ordered one of these things because I thought it was that, but I went in there and I cleaned it, and everything was good to go after that. So if it's happening whenever you're loading a filament in a specific slot and all of these are starting to turn red, take this little piece out and clean in there. There's probably a little piece of filament in there. Slots 2 and 3 so far. Take those little pieces out and clean them out, Steven, and try that and see if that doesn't help that out. I had the same issue, and I actually bought one of those, but I didn't need it because I was able to just clean it out. I have a spare now, and I would definitely recommend having a spare one of these, but go in there and make sure that there's not filament caught in there. Yeah, printing just fine. All right, and we are at the top of the hour. Are there any final questions for this week? Otherwise, I'll go ahead and end the stream for this week. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Appreciate everybody doing that. Appreciate everybody's support as well. Appreciate everybody sending in pictures of your print. Send some more in for next week, and we'll go over them. Also, send in if you're having any issues or problems or have any questions. We can discuss them as well. Thanks for sending those in, Stephen. It's a good discussion. See, so you're happy with Bambu PETG over others? I've only printed one of their PETG. I haven't done a whole lot of printing with PETG Skywriter to be the expert on there as well. Brett, are we able to use TPU? Yes, but you're not able to put it in the AMS. You do have to use the exterior spool. Watch my video on calibrating with TPU, and I go over how to print with TPU in that video as well. And you'll see how you can do that. But yeah, Skywriter, I'm not an expert on printing with PETG. The PETG carbon fiber that I did was super shiny, and that was it was nice. And then I think I have a white or something PETG from Bambu, and it was okay. But again, I'm not an expert to know if it was good or bad, or I haven't printed with a whole bunch of different manufacturers. You're welcome, Brett. No problem. That's what the stream's for. No problem, Brett. All right. Well, if there's no further questions, I appreciate everybody's time again. I appreciate everybody contributing to the stream. Appreciate everybody taking their time. Hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. See you in tomorrow's video, and see you next week. Thank you, everybody.